The sun is setting earlier and earlier across the north, leaving us more and more in the dark. Soon enough, we'll be spending up to 20 hours or more each day in darkness. Tomorrow night, people in Yellowknife will be able to experience the dark in a new way. The World After Dark is an upcoming performance about the dark and how we relate to it. It's at the Northern Arts and Cultural Center tomorrow, but I stopped by this afternoon to meet the show's choreographer and get a sneak peek.
One, policy.
First, why don't you introduce yourself? Who are you and why are you here?
Hi, my name is Shannon Litzenberger. I'm the artistic director of Shannon Litzenberger Contemporary Dance and the choreographer and director of World After Dark.
We are on the stage in Yellowknife. This is where your performance will take place over the weekend. Tell me a little bit about the performance.
Yeah, so World After Dark is all about night. And so night, not just like the actual night, but also night as a metaphor for the sensual, for mystery, for the feminine. And so through the work, it's actually based on a book called Acquainted with the Night by Christopher Dudney, who's a Canadian author. And each chapter of the book is an hour of the night that journeys from sunset to sunrise. And so, there's many sort of themes that are explored in this scientific, poetic way, like the history of children's bedtime stories and insomnia and circadian rhythms and Jungian dream theory. And so we've taken aspects of that text in the book and those themes and transformed it into a work.
Okay. What was the process like to take a book and one that seems kind of so cerebral in certain ways and transform it into a work of art that's much more fluid and about movements?
Yeah. What I love so much about Christopher Dudney's writing is it's so imagistic, and it even though it also gives us a lot of scientific information, it also has this beautiful poetry that I think lends itself to expression through movement. And of course, engaging in that content with movement also allows us to expand our experience into things that can't be explained with words. And I think that was something that was important to me in exploring this, is how is night embodied in us, and what are the feelings that we have, the sensations that we have that are connected to night and all the metaphors of night. And so the words help us kind of evoke a way into that, but then the movement helps us really feel and sense our way through the experience of night.
The night sky is a mosaic of fossil light.
And why did you want to bring the show to the north?
Oh my gosh, I have always wanted to bring my work to the north, and I couldn't imagine a more appropriate subject matter to bring here. I was inspired to create this work because I found myself in the middle of a dark sky preserve, which is a designation from the Royal Astronomical Society of spaces that are unaffected by artificial light. And I imagine that a lot of the far north is also that kind of space where we can experience night in that beautiful way, in the way that our ancestors experienced night. And so I feel like Northerners understand this very well and also live through long seasons of darkness. And so, this work takes us through a lot of different kinds of expression of night, not just the quiet and contemplative side, but also, the many, many colors and moods and energies that night brings. And so I'm actually just so thrilled for this work to meet audiences here, and the community has been so incredibly welcoming, and it's been really delightful so far.
Yeah, it's a good time to bring it because we're getting towards our longest night. We're having our longest periods of night. And so it's just a really good time to bring something that expresses night in an artistic way. Thank you so much for explaining it to us and sharing it with us.
Thank you. Thanks.